The Healy, the best shoe of all time.
So versatile.
If we didn't have the Healy, we wouldn't have all those great Usher moves. Music video. What up, and welcome to another episode of the Dad's Got Kicks podcast. I am your host, Esteban Serrano, and joining me, as always, are my two co-hosts, and hopefully they ain't wearing matching fits this week. Efren and Josh, what it do? How's your week so far?
What's up? We decided to change it up and not dress identically.
Thank God.
Good move. Good move.
Word.
Yeah, all's good here, man.
Reporting from a cave somewhere.
Is my sound really bad?
No.
It just looks like you ran out of time before the podcast, so you couldn't put all your sneakers out behind you. So you just got the corner of the room.
Yeah. I'm it's a green screen all along. So,
Right.
I just never flip the switch back.
Well, it's good to see you. But we also got to bring in the homie, the hat trick. This episode is his hat trick right here. BBSketch, welcome to your third straight Dad's Got Kicks podcast, man. How you feeling, bro?
Good, man. Can't complain. Glad to be here.
You wearing a fresh Eagles jersey? Jalen Hurts, number 2. Are you sending?
No, I had it first. So I waited for the custom to come in, and by the time it came in, he done already, claimed it. But he still has to earn it. So next year, we'll see. What's good with it. So yeah, man.
He has to buy the number off you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. You have seniority right now. So
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't know if you guys have been catching wind, but Carson Wentz, he hasn't even signed his deal in Indy yet, and his wide receiver who wears number 11 ain't giving up the number. So he's already taking L's without even officially being a cult. Hopefully, you and Hurts won't get into a beef over the number 2.
yeah, Brian, what's your number, man? What's your number, like 10K, 20K?
Man, I work a deal with him. I'm for real. I'm happy for the freshness of you know what I'm saying, like him actually getting a chance to come in and do his thing. Because we had Wentz chaperoning for a minute, and it's time for something new. So I'm excited.
I don't know, man. Some guys are better with someone looking over their shoulder, and some guys are worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It depends. We'll see.
Wentz definitely did not appreciate, the backseat driver at all. But anyway, and I am the one who likes to keep these pods evergreen, but we got to be a little topical right here at the top, because we got to talk about the trophy room fiasco.
Boo.
Fiasco. I just don't understand where it went wrong. I don't understand how nobody got pairs, but somebody's got 30,000 pairs. I don't know. What do you guys make of this whole mess? Were the sneakers even hot to begin with? Did you want them? Did anyone go for them?
Right.
I didn't.
Right.
I didn't like them. The storytelling behind it, they were saying it was supposed to have that frosty look, like they were frozen for decades. But I don't think I like the storytelling more than the actual execution. And then when it came to actually the shoes actually selling, that's where we're at now. We're in the age of backdoor. So
yeah, I
mean it's to be expected.
It's interesting that they gave it the name, the freeze out, obviously an allusion to that All-Star game when Jordan got froze out of the game.
Right.
But it was almost fitting because we all got froze out of the ability to actually get them. I mean, I did try for them. I was told to go on the website. There was a form. You filled out the form that didn't work. The link was broken. And then they switched it up mid-drop and said, hey, send an email to our email account. So you emailed them, but guess what? Their inbox was full. They can only take so many emails on their server per hour. So I don't know what type of rinky-dink drop this was, But I think Marcus has to think about what he's investing in his back end if he's going to keep dropping shoes like that. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it was just a mess all around. The fact that he thought, or whoever was making the decisions thought, let's just switch over to email real quick, and it'll be fine.
Right.
We won't have issues with the bots or anything like that. Email will work. And then you send in not just an email, but like 3 pieces of information email. Where's that going to?
Right. Who are you, bro? Because I'm emailing.
You're trusting them with your, your personal info. That's
yeah, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, now, do you feel like, do you think that there will be repercussions for Trophy Room? I mean, this is Jordan's son. I mean, I can't imagine that Nike's going to penalize this guy at all whatsoever. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
I think they're under fire though. Like ever since then, every single post, wholesome, whatever, has been downright hilarious in the comments.
Yeah,
like I just look at there's like every joke in the world that could be about them backdooring all of those pairs and whatnot. They did it to themselves. They shot themselves in the foot. They deserve all of those trolls commenting.
Yeah, he's either just an inexperienced businessman or he's a genius. I'm not sure which it is. Because he drummed up so much hype around it. And we've been talking about him now for a few weeks straight. At the same time, it was awful. And I know people in the community are kind of pissed about the way it went. But if he wanted to stay in the news cycle, I mean, the guy got his wish. Everybody's talking about the guy. Everybody knows Trophy Room now. I mean,
I think overall, like all Nike cares about is the numbers. So he built the hype over that. It did what it was set out to do. It sold out by any means necessary. And the illusion, even if they did backdoor, like there's an illusion and a facade that everybody wanted the shoe. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody's hurt over it, so they can't wait for the next drop. So Nike doesn't care. And that's the day and age that we live in, man. It's just like everybody's trying to, you know what I'm saying, get theirs, and it doesn't matter how. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but that's the crazy thing. Like backdooring is the thing. It's not a new thing. It's been happening since I can remember. You guys at Foot Locker, Foot Action, whatever, were selling sneakers out of the back or grabbing a few pairs to take on whatever to relate it to someone else. The problem is I don't think I've ever seen it where like 10,000 pairs out of 12,000 potentially were sold backdoor before they were even released to the general public. I mean, that's astonishing numbers. I feel like that's the part that's like makes your eyes pop, you know?
That's the thing. Like if we had the plug and we can get backdoor, we wouldn't be complaining. So like that's the part that is like you had to count it up to the game, because like I've probably been backdoor. Like I probably, you know what I'm saying? Like, pause on that one. But I probably, you know what I'm saying? Like had to hook up with something that I had no clue on the demand with, and I got mine, and that's all I care about. That's what we have to chalk it up to. Like that's a part of the game. Like,
well, I don't blame the people that bought them backdoor. I just wonder if, like, as retailers, those boutiques should have some responsibility in the way they manage those drops to be held accountable by the community. Like, I don't fault anyone who bought it, but like I probably would have done the same thing if they were available to me.
Yeah.
But the problem is those guys have responsibility to create a fair way in which to sell those as fair as possible. And I feel like they let us all down in the way that was handled.
And it's like at the end of the day, for one, we're talking about a sneaker that looks like, those frosty Christmas ornaments that your mom hangs from the Christmas tree. So that's number one. But number two, like, you're in the business of customer service. Like,
right.
Your customers, the people who spend their money, should be priority number one. And if you want to backdoor because you got a plug that's going to put them on, certain celebrities, or, there's someone of importance and is a big mover in the space, you need to have a certain percentage of your inventory going to those people. But the majority of your inventory should be going toward the customers. There's no reason in the world why the customers got like, all right, we got 200 left for y'all out of the 25,000 that we made. Like, that's insane. Why is Benjamin Kicks in a prison cell with where the walls are padded with your frosty sneakers?
Right. Right.
I don't understand that. Like, what I mean? Like, come on, man. You got to do it. You got it.
That doesn't make sense. No, S, when you said that your last joke about those sneakers, I literally finally put two and two together in my head. If you've ever had like a frosted root beer, like in one of those frosted mugs, you ever seen that?
Freezer?
That's literally what those Jordans look like. Like someone threw them in the freezer for a bit. It's the frosted mug, man.
Or just needs lotion. Like put some lotion on those, man.
Oh yeah. Now, where do we rank these? What were they? The Chicago colorway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do we rank them in relations to an OG obvious pair, the off-white pair, the Spider-Man Starry Night pair? Where do these rank in those out of the four?
They're not even ranked. Like they're not
Right.
even, like they don't deserve.
Wait, I'll even throw a mid. Let's throw a mid in the mix.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Would you rather have a mid or these frosty
You
roots?
just answered your own question, S.
Bro, it's been some mids that were made for women that were better than that shoe. So like I think that
Truth.
I think that trumps it in itself.
Yeah.
So
I'll be honest too. I think that they said that was the second Jordan one maybe that ever had like a script signature of Jordan as part of the design.
Right.
I don't like that, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't like Michael's signature on the sneaker. I mean, it's not an autograph.
Right.
It's not real. So
It's
that
not real.
part for me actually dropped it down in the ranking because I don't care for that on there.
even you remember when they put the picture of Jordan when he was at North Carolina, all on the North Carolina shoe?
Yeah.
That was even whack. Like that, his signature, his likeness, all that stuff, like just leave it off. Like let the colors, you know what I'm saying? Like tell the story.
Cool. Let's move on, man. We got to talk about another Nike issue that's been going on. Quality assurance, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you guys ever experienced any, faulty or, almost B grade Nikes coming your way? Nike recently, they've had to like postpone releases. They made apologies for the Carmines had like faulty coloring on certain, parts of the Griffies. Come on. Have you guys experienced personally any, poopy Nikes?
Yeah, I'll go first. Let me jump on this one. So I got the Griffies recently, and it looked like somebody just rode their bicycle on one of the shoes. And I sent it to you guys on Instagram. I showed you guys what the crazy, like just right out of the box that marking was. And I couldn't like just use a little spit shine and just like rub it off with my thumb. That was on there. And so luckily it came off with a little bit of acetone, just a little bit. I didn't want to like touch too deep into the leather.
Right.
But had I not like thought of that, I would have had like no chance of being, happy about this pair of sneakers that I used real world money to buy it. And I was excited for it because it's one of the greatest baseball players of all time, if not one of the greatest athletes of all time.
100%.
And I couldn't rep him because I'd be like almost disrespecting him by wearing a B grade sneaker.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit controversial here and say that I'm getting a bit tired of the whole COVID excuse with retailers, whether it be shipping delays, whether it be production things, but especially when it comes to quality assurance. And I feel like some vendors have played that COVID card around, we're short staffed. We don't have the same amount of ability to carefully check every pair that's coming out. And because of this, we just hope you'll understand. Problem is, we're paying more money than we ever have for a pair of these sneakers. One. Two, like they're remastering classics that people are willing to pay upwards of $170, $200 for in order to have a piece of nostalgia that brings them back to a moment in time. And then the disrespect that we get from brands like Nike when they come with disgusting glue stains. I mean, I have the Griffies back here too. Efren, my pair was no different. There was glue stains all over the place. And it literally like someone had taken it apart and put it back together in about 10 minutes.
Right.
And, taking care of the way that it was constructed. And so I think at some point, like we have to ask the question, like, is it worth even continuing to be in bed with Nike, especially on drops like this, when I think they care less about some of these because they know they'll sell just because people know them from when, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Versus some the new stuff coming out where I think they spend a bit more time on the quality part. But the same thing happened with the Air Raids. I don't know if anybody got a pair of those too, but the black and silver Air Raids, freaking awful. like just terrible materials wise, glue wise, scuff marks all around, like the midsole. It's awful the way it's been.
I don't know. My thing is like when I got those the Jordan 4 Fire Reds, like the leather quality on that was like it was unacceptable to me. Like it was so thin. Yeah, it was like it was so thin. I'm like, yo, I'm not wearing these. Like I sent them back. Actually, no, I think either I sent them back or I sold them on eBay. But like the thinness of that leather, I'm like, this is whack. And
that's another piece of nostalgia just down the drain too. You know?
It was like wax paper. Like that's how thin it was. I'm like, yo,
not
like, to me, like that type of leather, you know, again, like I don't know, the total Air Max, like the leather on that was pretty thick, meaning that it's going to give it character the more you wear it. These Jordan 4s, it makes no sense for you to wear them one time and it'll crease, and then before you know it, like the dirt gets inside the crease and it looks like trash. So I'm like, yo, I'm not wearing this. I'm not wearing this shoe. So like that type of stuff that gets through the cracks, that people are like, they'll jump on it because they just know the Jordan 4 is a shoe you should have for hype. If you can't judge it for yourself and tell Nike yourself like this ain't cutting it, like they're gonna keep putting this stuff out. And in my opinion, like these shoes, like the Griffeys, I guarantee you they'll be in Nike outlet. Like they'll probably make it to like $80. Because they know, like they know what they did. Like the tech is probably not, the original tech is not in there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to cut corners because they know that people are going to, like it's almost like the thought of early adopters. Like when the new iPhone comes out and they come out with some new technology and the price point is up to here and it's like $1,000 or maybe $1,500, they know early adopters are going to jump on it because that's just what they do. That's just how they're built. It's the same thing with you know what I'm saying? Like people who there's a draw for the nostalgia. Like we'll pay anything just to get it and secure it. Right. And they know people are gonna buy it, but then they're like, you know what? There's people who are gonna actually go in the store and check the quality and be like, I don't want this.
Bro, those Reebok pumps are coming out. I don't care if they're in 3 pieces, I'm gonna buy them.
Those are going on sale too.
Listen,
those will make it down to 60. I guarantee that.
Probably.
Man, you better put some respect on D Brown.
That's right. That's right.
Bro, Reebok is not the same.
No. But you know what's funny? I was thinking, I blamed it on COVID because they blamed it on COVID. But now thinking back, like I remember, I think from like 2016, maybe 2018, there were a bunch of Jordan 1s that they retroed. I know the Royals and the bands, especially, I think even maybe the Shadows, where they started to have that like that glitter look to them. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, where like literally what happens to the leather, whatever they treat them with, starts to like sparkle in a kind of glittery way. That was just an effect. So I guess it's not new.
When that happened to my bread toes, I should say, I thought Sophia got into my shoe collection and like was doing little arts and crafts and then didn't wash her hands.
She gave you the glamour.
I'm like,
treatment.
Who touched my shoes?
Dad, I made them sparkly. No, I
right.
Royals I think I got it off StockX like a year back, and I remember thinking, "Oh, I definitely got a fake pair." Like these there's these aren't real.
Yeah, that's funny because
and then you look at it and people are like, "Oh no, you got the
authentic.
Real ones because the glitter."
Right, right. I was talking to somebody who's a reseller in this area, and he had posted something about a sneaker he was selling, and he made sure he mentioned with glitter, like, and I'm like, I messaged him, I was like, oh yeah, don't you hate that? And he was like, no, actually it's good because then it, shows that it's real. I was like, oh yeah, huh.
I love that.
Maybe rethink everything.
Instead of addressing the issue that your packaging or treatment is causing, a glitter-like effect on the sneaker, it just made you feel like it was a part of the lore. This is a mistake. You should not be using things that alter what we purchase over time. Like I get oxidation, I get things of that nature, but this is just a mistake. Like but whatever. Let's move on.
It makes you wonder if those bacon grease shattered backboard 3.0s were just effective. Remember those? Like they were like, oh no, we meant to do this, but I'm starting to think.
All right, moving on to one of my favorite parts of the sneaker game. This is something that is important to me as a dad because when I do laundry, there's nothing whacker than trying to match white socks for my 10-year-old with a pair of white socks for my 17 or 13-year-old. So now there are no white socks in my house.
Yeah, you said a lot.
Socks each have to be unique enough that I can, at a quick glance, match them, keep it moving. Sock game, very important. Today I was diving also looking for some vintage Bapes, and I found a pair of Bapes that are clear.
Ooh.
That are clear with the stars bootleg swoosh was in red, and I almost pulled the trigger on them, but I had Matt in the back of my head clowning me as my mind. So I did not pull the trigger, but I did like them and save them, so maybe I'll revisit them. Socks. How important do you guys feel socks are in the sneaker culture? And if any of you tell me that you don't wear socks in your sneakers, you are not friends with me anymore.
Yeah, I think you're safe. I think you're safe.
Very safe.
Yeah. Let me start because I've come to that realization that socks are important, right? So for a long time, I've been wearing very comfortable like Hanes generics and whatever, like just black, white, whatever. But now, even though they're long lasting, like those Hanes are like Toyotas. You'll run them down to the ground for 300,000 miles until you get rid of, finally, like you see the holes start to form, right? But there are other pairs of socks that I had in my drawer that after like 3 or 4 wears, you start to see like the fabric thin on the bottom. You start to see your skin through the sock, and you just can't have that. You start tossing it, right? So after talking with Josh, with his experience with sock culture, as it were, and a little bit with Brian in our Instagram chat, socks have become kind of like not just a fashion statement, but also you do get what you pay for. Like, yeah, it'll be nice even with Nike or Adidas socks that come in bulk. Those don't last either. You can buy like a 6-pack of them for $20. You're going to get $20 worth on all of them, and it's not going to last that long. So I'm finally kind of like diving into like Apothecary. I'm sure that you guys are going to mention that, or Stance, and some of those other brands that have quality socks, but also like the designs are phenomenal.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, for me personally, once I swapped out just going with the standard black sock, I feel like suddenly I started being able to find the pairs every time. Like, that washer dryer thing where you put them in and then like it eats 1 or 2 every time. And you got that lone one, or you got like 3, you always have an odd number.
Right.
Since I went and put more thought into my sock game, I feel like I have been able to locate each and every pair I have successfully. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. But I agree that I feel like even the way style works right now, where like sometimes you have a bit more socks showing with the way the trends currently are, that like socks are more important than maybe they were when I was growing up. When I feel like when I first came up in sneakers, your socks were primarily always covered. You really didn't see socks unless you had shorts. And even when I came up, if you had socks and shorts on, like my style was always like the no-shows.
Ankles, right.
Or higher basketball sneakers where like you really didn't see the sock. It almost looked like you weren't wearing socks.
Right.
And I remember my mom saying, "You need to put some socks on." I'm like, "Mom, they're on. They're just like no-show." Okay. And I even remember, I don't know if you guys have done this, like making no-shows. Do you guys remember doing that?
Oh yeah.
Like literally like pulling them down and scrunching them so they were no-show, but like you were literally walking on about like 3 inches of fabric under your foot. Yeah, those were good times. But yeah, I think socks are important beyond just comfort. I think they're a statement. And if you're taking the time to put a good outfit together based on your sneaker, why would you not go the extra step and make sure the sock looks good as well? I mean, I feel like it just completes the fit, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like even for me, like the sock is the extension of, your self-expression, right? So with that, like that's why like I like quality, right? So And then at the same time, I don't want to be like everybody else. So I know the go-to is like the go-to is a Nike sock, right? But to me, it's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like why am I gonna wear this Nike sock? I don't even like the way that y'all even made the Nike sign go on the sock. Like it's not crisp, it's blurry, it's like round. It's like that looks dumb.
It looks 8-bit.
Yeah. So what I used to do, I used to wear the generic. I felt like an old man. Like my wife had to point out my kid. The generic quarter length black sock that was neutral to everything that I was wearing. And like I had to evolve. So I had to be introduced to different styles of socks. And at the same time, understand like why does the sock cost this much? Why is one pair of sock cost like why does it cost $15? So my thing's like even with Stance, like understanding the brand and getting to know that brand is like, yo, there's texture to it. Like I got introduced to it through the NBA. It's like, yo, that's the official sock of the NBA for a reason. So then when I got to see it, I'm like, oh, I like the textures on the sock. I like what they're doing.
Back when you played in the NBA, right?
Huh?
Back when you played in the NBA.
Yeah, way back. So like that stuff like that makes a difference to me. Like, and how long is it gonna last? Like,
right.
That's my thing. Like, and that's why I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna pay for a shoe that costs this much, and then the thickness of the socks, you know, it determines like if I get 11.5 or a 12, like all those different things pay, you know what I'm saying? Like they are incorporated into the process. So like for me, like socks are a big deal. Like I don't want cheap socks. I want to feel good while I'm walking around. Like I want to, you know what I'm saying? Even when we're wearing joggers, like or jeans, like if my cuff comes up a little bit, like I want you to see that there's thought process going into it. Or if you don't see, like it helps me feel good about myself. Like yo, yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's little things that again, like doesn't matter to anybody but you when it comes down to it. And so
you know what's crazy? You just said like it's one thing to catch a stunt wearing a dope pair of sneakers. It's a whole nother feeling when you catch a stunt just off the sock game. Like I remember I was probably wearing a pair of white Air Force One highs that had the strap, but the strap was looped backwards and it was hanging down, and my pant leg was rolled up maybe just enough, but I think I had bent down to tie my shoe or something, and my entire sock was exposed. And I think it was a Biggie sock or something like that. And like people went crazy. I'm not even wearing any really. I'm wearing a fresh pair of white. They're like, "Yo, socks are great," and that was like, and then it became a high for me where like the socks were almost more important. Like I would then try to freak like the Van White slip-ons and then throw some crazy like flamingo socks or some palm tree socks. Yeah. Because one of my favorite brands for socks is Vans. Vans makes dope socks. Not only you got to also think skate culture usually associated with warm weather, so you expose the sock a lot more. The material is nice and thick, and they last a long time. And then the design, like one of my beefs with Stance is sometimes it's like direct to garment printed on the sock. It's not like the sock itself is that color or those colors kind of stitched. Vans socks are immaculate, but
you know, what's the price point on a pair of Vans socks?
I have no idea. I've never paid for them.
Dang.
Like,
ooh, wow.
I might have to try out Vans. But Stance has different tiers though.
Yeah. No, I love Stance too. Don't get me wrong. Like I had one post that I posted up recently that was me finally undsing my Fire Red 5s, but I had the Allen Iverson socks with the cornrows, and the cornrows are thicker than the material on the sock. Like they did their thing, like
3D.
Yeah. A long time to pop the tag on those socks. Like I needed to like. Wow. I think I popped the tag on them when AI had a party in New York at the Union Square Reebok store, and I went there, and that was the night that I wore. Like I finally was like, this is the perfect moment. Let me pop this. But yo, Stance, gotta hand it to them. But Vans is a sleeper, and they got fly loud stuff because they're more, you know, tropical and associated with skate culture. Check out Vans, and a lot of their collabs, like The Simpsons, and a lot of those types of licensing and collabs, they do socks with too, and those are dope.
Yeah, the thing I love right now about Apothecary is just the way they're kind of innovating with some of their designs with socks. So they just released an experimental pack. There was like 3 pairs. One had like this really sick 3M design on the side that pops when you hit it with some light. Another one was glow in the dark design, so you hit it with a black light and it just like pops as well. And the third was it gave me a little bit of a insight back into the hypercolor days. I'm saying some crazy words. I don't know if you guys remember hypercolor, but you know how the heat temperature would change the color of the shirt. Well, as soon as you put the socks on, if you get out in the sun and the UV rays hit it and the sock warms up, it went from just a plain white sock to all of a sudden the logo shows up on the side in like this bright pink. I don't know. There's just something cool about companies who are making socks interesting, because I don't know, if you ask a lot of dads, they'd probably be like, socks are boring, man. But I think socks are fun. So
yeah, I think socks are really fun. Yeah.
One Christmas, I think it was Happy Socks that sent me a package of socks, and it was like 30 pairs of socks in there. The majority of them didn't match. So it was like wild designs that like color coordinated, but the designs itself didn't match. How do you guys feel about mismatched socks?
It's a hard pass for me. Like it's got to have some type of, you know what I'm
synergy?
saying? Like I have to keep bringing up standards. Yeah, some type of synergy. Like even with like they have like different patterns that still line up within each sign. Like, cause I had a like trip to LA and I had to buy some socks, and that was like the first time I bought those at retail. I'm like, dang man, like this is a lot of money for some socks. But when I actually got them and I put them on, I was like, oh man, these are, this is thoughtful. Like this is like, I like this. So like that type of thing, like if it makes sense, I like it. But like that mismatch, like I used to get on my girls all the time. Like I understand that that's what y'all are doing now, but like, yo, it's not a good look, because when it comes to laundry, like I don't know how to help you with this. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say, if my son is listening to the podcast and he hears you say how dope it is to mismatch your socks, he's gonna be like, Dad, I told you so, because that boy is never wearing the same pair of socks ever.
Word.
And I give him a hard time about it every day, and he's like, I don't care, it's cool. I'm like, all right. So S says it's cool.
That's his expression, man.
But that's just
or laziness. I'm not sure what it is. It is
laziness.
Or is he lazy? I don't know.
Yeah, he'll just put stuff on. I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing, man? He's like, it doesn't matter. I was like, it does, man. Like
well, that's like the 5s that came out too, where they're mismatched colors. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, can't.
But maybe the socks, like maybe, I don't know.
Oh, like the what does?
Yeah.
Bro, I have those the LeBron 7 Laker joints, and I still feel weird walking around with them. I'm like, I have to find a way. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I like
which ones are the game day?
Yeah, like the purple one is supposed to have like the yellow laces, and then the yellow one's supposed to be purple. But I had to switch them when I got them. I was like, this don't feel right.
No, you know what's funny is and I started this with Chuck Taylors, but I'll do it with Jordan 1s and other like really simple basic sneakers. But I have the black pair of the OG Comme des Garçons Chucks, and I have the natural pair of the Comme des. And I'll wear one black, one natural. I'll wear them like nothing. And then, I started crisscrossing, I call it. Crisscrossing my sneaks. And I mean, when if they're the same sneaker, the same silhouette, and they're basic, it goes off. Like people definitely were like, yo, like, checking it out. And it's definitely something that also I feel like sets you apart, especially in sneaker culture. Like if we go to sneaker events, like we have to do something different. It's nothing worse than walking into one of those joints wearing the thing that everyone or someone else has on. You know what I mean? Like those are the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I even feel like it's funny because I struggle with mismatched socks, but I'll do a lace swap where you do one set of laces one color and then the other sneakers got another color set. And I think that's cool. And I've probably never started more conversations with other sneaker lovers than when you come in with 2 different color sneaker laces and they're like, oh, that's dope, or hey, this is what I got in mind. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. So maybe I shouldn't hate on the socks.
Josh, have you ever done like the Christmas thing where you wear the pine greens on one and then the Chicago's on the other?
I have not done that. Have you?
Fire.
No, I haven't. Okay. I don't have the right pine green for that. I have the
you have the 2.0s. I think those look pretty sick though. But I guess if you did like a bread toe and then the pine green,
but it's a different material. Like to S's point, it has to be like the exact same silhouette, exact same materials. Yeah. Oh, and back to the sock thing, S. You know this really well. You can't walk into a Filipino house unless you take your shoes off.
100,000 trillion. Yeah, listen,
which makes the sock game even all the more important at family gatherings, family events, right?
Let me tell you, when Kat and I moved in together, we put by the door a basket of thong flip-flops.
Yeah, right.
A basket of fresh rolled socks. So that when you came in the house, you had a choice, because obviously my fam and my squad are not accustomed to taking your shoes off when you come in the crib. So she's like, all right, no problem. You don't want to show your toes? Grab socks. You don't want to, you cool, put on these flip-flops. But you're going to take your shoes off in the house. That's
yeah. You're not gonna barefoot it around my house.
No. Only Cat can run around with the bare toes. Oh man! All right, moving on. Let's have some fun, man. I want to play a game. How about we go with let's play One's Gotta Go. All right, I'm gonna throw out 2 things related to sneaker culture in some way, shape, or form. And each of you are going to have to tell me which one has to go. Now, remember, if it has to go, it's gone forever. And if it has to stay, then we stuck with it forever. So choose wisely. You ready?
Nick or Matt. I'm just kidding.
Oh man, don't start that. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. No.
I had to.
But seriously, Efren, which one's gone forever?
I'm frozen.
Oh, yeah, you can't announce frozen. Anyway,
Efren has left the chat.
And we're not starting off with a softball. Jordan 3s or Jordan 5s? So which one are you getting rid of? BBSketch, go first.
Man, Jordan 3s or Jordan 5s? I don't like them both.
What?
Really?
He's got to keep one, though.
Serious?
Yeah.
The game turned into one you got to keep for Sketch.
Yeah.
We failed at this game already.
Those are they're all both casual shoes and not performance.
Right.
How often are you performing, my friend?
Yeah, but I mean, just
he's ready to go. Eagles called his number. He's ready to go.
Yeah. I would say maybe Jordan 3s.
Josh?
Why? One's got to go. It's the 5 for me. Jordan 5 gone.
Wow.
Easy.
Ooh.
Not even a tough choice.
Efren?
Are we stating why or are we just going?
No, this is rapid fire.
Jordan 3's got to go.
Okay, I need to know why.
Comfort. Jordan 5 is cushy, man. It's nice and comfortable.
Really? You think 5s are more comfortable than 3s?
Yeah. You don't think so?
I guess it depends if you have a wide foot or a narrow foot. I feel like 5s are better for wide feet. And then the 3s definitely squeeze the pinky toe.
Yes, they do.
S, what are you doing, man? What are you dropping?
That's a great question. I'm such a 5 fan. You can put it up against anything except a 1, and I'm going to choose to keep the 5. Ones.
I think Fresh Prince too.
Right.
Fresh Prince. Big influence there.
Man, man. And yeah.
The dunk contest was kind of nice, but
so you just got rid of the black cement 3 forever.
Yeah.
You you Thanos that thing, just like that, man.
I'm good. I will miss the We the Best.
Another one still in the meeting.
Yeah, they're still in the meeting on how many pairs they're going to sell, just like trophies.
Exactly.
Man, I remember I tried
That's
to. I produced this show called CalidCon, and where we created. This was for his last album, Father of Asad. We created an experience within our studio, and we invited like hundreds of fans to come through. And one of the events that I wanted to do in this, and actually Sketch was there. He was one of the artists. I had him set up drawing caricatures because the cover art for the song with Justin Bieber and Quavo.
No brainer. No brainer.
Was like a caricature artwork. So Sketch would draw your face on one of the bodies, and then you would be a person in the artwork, and then everyone got to take one of those home. But one of the things I wanted to do was give away a pair of the We the Best 3s, and they quickly shut that down.
Man.
Yeah, that was whack.
They were already backdoored. There was none left. So.
Oh man, we ain't got none left. Anyway, all right, back to this game. Sneaker bots or resellers? Who we got? One's got to go.
Bots got to go.
Yeah, this is easy, right?
Yeah, bots for sure.
Bots.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. Reels or TikToks or both?
One's got to stay. One's got to stay.
Spider-Man meme. They're pointing at each other.
I think Reels got to go. TikTok is amusing. Like it's an art to it. Reels is like something pops up for a quick 15 seconds and then it goes up and it's like what? So yeah, man, TikTok is it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, being someone that just has no idea what happens on TikTok, I'm gonna drop that one. I'm gonna let that one go. Reels is cool. I've seen some creative people do creative things with it on Instagram, but I've also been told that it's pretty much a carbon copy of TikTok. So, I don't know.
I hate multitasking, so I would get rid of TikTok. The only person whose reels I really, really rock with is 215 Shooter. His reels, fire.
So good, man.
Keep it just for his awesome content creating with it, and screw all these other platforms that I have. That's whack.
Yeah. Efren, what about you, man? Your TikTok's been blowing up with all those dances you've been doing.
My TikTok, right. No, I don't have a TikTok like you. I don't really know what it is. I will get rid of Reels because there's too much TikTok in the Reels. How about that? True. Keep it in TikTok.
True.
Okay.
Stay in your lane.
TikTok segregates over there. Just keep that over there. No.
Here's another one. Classic as golf cleats, or tie-dye on the golf course, or let's just get rid of golf. Which one?
Oh. Bro, I feel like when I get older, I'm gonna try golf and I'm gonna kill at it. And I think that when it's my turn to get up there, I want to be fresh. Like I want to be the one that is good at playing golf and has like some golf shoes that were unconventional. So I'm waiting my turn. I'm like, I can't wait because those shoes will be on sale at Ross for like $20. And I'll scoop them all up.
Burlington,
man.
Yeah, like
if you can find me a white cement 4 golf cleat at Marshalls or wherever, I'll take it. Let me know where it's at. I'm there. I don't know. For me, I'm definitely dropping tie-dye on the golf course. That's a weird trend lately that like I love tie-dye, but it just doesn't look right to see a bunch of like stiff golfers walking around a course wearing like matching top and bottom tie-dye. Like, what is that?
So I have to tell you why I subscribe to tie-dye. Right?
Okay.
So the origin of tie-dye was like a way to revolt against everything that's going on around us politically. And so like that's why I'm like, you know what, I'm going to wear some tie-dye because I get what's happening here. So like granted, man, like every piece of cut, like every color that they do in tie-dye doesn't look good, but like you can find something that's subtle that you know what I'm saying, like is like a new way for you to reinvent how you would rock tie-dye if you were, you know what I'm saying, if you're in agreement with like, yo, I don't like what's going on around us. So
but why is Big John Daly wearing tie-dye on the golf course? I just don't understand that.
Yeah, I haven't even seen that.
It's so funny. I just looked up his name because I forgot his first name. This is John Daly, but he would be the one to rock the tie-dye, like anything, just because he's so outrageous. And wasn't he like the guy that also would smoke while playing golf too?
Yeah, I think he was like doing cocaine in between rounds. Anything goes. Anything goes. But
oh man,
boy, you took that from 0 to 100 real quick.
my bad. This is a family show. My bad.
You got to be dusted. All right, moving on. Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes?
Ooh.
One's got to go.
For like with the Super Bowl, I was like, yo, it would be cool if Tom Brady could add to his legacy. Like, I love the fact that he is adding to his legacy. He went on to another team, did a lot of it was like their first time making it to the Super Bowl and having home field advantage and all that stuff. I love that. I feel like next year Tom Brady can go since he did that.
Right.
And Mahomes is like, his clutchness is weird. So I feel like that's much needed in football.
Yes.
Yo, Brian's too smart for this game.
No.
Like, he's able to choose both things and like bend the rules. I don't know, man. I'm keeping Tipsy Tom Brady. That's just pure entertainment.
I've never seen anybody be like that messed up over tequila. Like, he couldn't even. He got a little.
He had a handler. He had a guy holding him.
Yeah, he turned into a special needs client, a special needs patient. I was like, I've never seen that.
Understand Tom's regimen and his diet and how scientific he uses it. He's so susceptible to getting trashed. Boat in Tampa on tequila in the sun. That's a recipe for disaster. My man has no carbs in his body. There's nothing to
he looked like he was on ecstasy, man. Like, he looked like he was on something other than alcohol. Like, wow.
He was petting faces, literally.
Yeah, man. That was like, I love seeing that because it showed that he was a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he wasn't like an angry drunk. He was like so happy. He got to enjoy himself.
It showed that he was a drunk human being. I don't think we've ever seen him as a human being just yet.
Right.
But to your point, I think he can go. He can go.
Yeah.
Not that he will or he should, but he's done enough. Yeah. And Patrick Mahomes, what he was able to do, despite the loss, like that one pass that he had, do you see the picture where he's parallel with the ground and he still tossed like the perfect spiral, hit the hands of the receiver. Unfortunately, it was a drop.
Right.
That was sick. And he, I think, was playing on one good foot.
One good foot, a turnstile for an offensive line.
Yeah.
And this kid, like, if he couldn't like stick it in their face mask, like this window, like they dropped so many passes. It's like, yo, he can't. I could catch a pass from Patrick Mahomes if I ain't got to move and it's just going to be right here. Like, I mean,
it would just stick to you.
He was slinging it too, man. That was crazy. Like,
it was out of control. I gained so much respect for him, watching him get his butt whooped, throwing passes under duress. It was like dogs were sicking him, and he was still determined to try to pull this thing out, and his team just failed him.
Yeah.
So anyway,
which was more impressive though? That, like, throwing parallel to the ground, or Tom Brady's pass of the trophy from boat to boat in the middle of the ocean? Tipsy.
Bro, that was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was good. That was I think that was a better catch than it was throw by Gronk.
Good point.
That was a tough catch.
Tom is trashed, bro.
Yo, but let's talk about trash. I feel bad that Mahomes' signature sneaker is an Ultra Boost. I just feel like he came on the scene a little bit too late. He missed that boat by like 3 years.
We have to talk about that. Like out of all, I think the Ultra Boost is the greatest shoe of all time.
Woo. Whoa!
Like there's no deny. Like I grew up like I love Nike, right? I love Nike, but I think Ultra Boost, like if you're gonna pay that amount of money, like that's the greatest shoe of all time. Like, like they make cold weather versions of the Ultra Boost. They make, you know what I'm saying, like heat ready. Like
time out.
You can't beat that.
You're not going to respect the Healy on this show, okay? The Healy, the best shoe of all time.
So versatile.
If we didn't have the Healy, we wouldn't have all those great Usher moves. Music video. Are you going to disrespect the cheat code Michael Jackson?
You know what's funny? Yo, I bought it. When I grew up, I tell my kids all the time, like when I was growing up, like Usher was like my role model. I was like, whatever he did, I'm doing it. Like I'm wearing a white t-shirt with some nice jeans, Asher wash jeans. I'm not wearing the Heelys, but like
he's saying I'll do it my way, and you're like, I'll do it his way. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I would agree that Usher is the Ultra Boost of R&B for sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, very good. Yeah. Makes me comfortable. Enjoy it.
Spit up my coffee.
But definitely not the GOAT. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say.
Skate was cool.
Accurate.
God.
Accurate.
I don't even want to play this game anymore after this.
Let's just skip to the last question.
But no, man.
To the last one, because the last one really opens up a better convo. Bribing your kids with sneakers or bribing your kids with cash. One's got to go.
All right. So my kids hurt my feelings, man, because like I love sneakers so much that I wanted to provide like good quality shoes for them, and they could care less. So the upside of getting to work with brands, like sometimes you can negotiate like what you can get, and they'll get some stuff out of those different deals, and I feel like so great about myself. I'm like, yo, you know what I had to do to get those shoes, and you got them for free. Like that'll be the biggest thing for me. But then when they get them, they don't wear them. Like that's the part where I'm like, yo, I can't believe this. Like they don't even care. So like the audible that I have to take now is just like, yo, they just want money to buy Dunkin' Donuts and like, you know what I'm saying? Walk to Acme and buy food. Like that's where they're at right now. So
Brian, I feel you, because as much as I want to bless my son with sneakers to motivate him, he'll be like, Dad, I'd rather just have $20 to go get Pokemon cards. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Pokemon? Don't you want some sneakers? No, I don't know. For me, if I had to drop one, I would drop the cash just because I want so badly for my kids to love sneakers the way I do. And sometimes I question how much they just kind of humor me with their now sometimes fake reactions of excitement when they get something like that as motivation. But I just want it to be legit, authentic, real. I want them to love it. But I guess as a dad, that's hard. Maybe that's a longer question about the best way to motivate your kids is probably the way in which they're best motivated. And if they don't like sneakers, I guess it might not do anything for them.
This one's tough for me because one, I don't think they're old enough to appreciate cash as a gift yet. I don't think they're there.
Yeah, you got little ones.
And two, I don't think I could trust them with cash as a gift that they can gift themselves so appropriately. They'll just buy candy with it, or you know, a Batman toothbrush, you know, like right. So like if I can gift them with sneakers, I know like I have control over where the cash went. Such a bizarre way to answer this. I have control over the cash. No, but I could help steer them in the right direction so that they're not buying Heelys or Skechers or
definitely not
nothing wrong with Heelys. Don't be
See?
respectful.
Listen, I believe Usher wore Skechers as well. I'm just saying.
He might have had a Skechers deal. Let's not disrespect.
If you guys had the opportunity to get sponsored by Skechers, would you do it?
Absolutely. Joe Montana.
No.
Be in the same paragraph as him? Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I would pass. I know that sounds awful. That sounds awful. But I would pass. I've never seen a pair of Skechers that I was like, dope.
Yeah.
Those are nice. You know what I mean? Like, I just, there's
I
no
have beaters for life, man.
Yo, you know when I started like really hating Skechers? When you guys remember Tom's?
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom's. Every pair you bought went to like give a pair to a person in need in like a developing country that like had to walk to get water, and they, you know, was real strenuous on their feet. Tom's would donate a pair. You know what Skechers did? They jacked the design of the Toms and just sold them. There was no get back. There was no philanthropic angle. There was no charity. They straight stole the style.
They did a buy one, get none.
Buy one, get none. Stupid Toms.
Bro, I do have to say Tom's though. I even though I admire their mission statement and everything they did, we're better off just giving the money straight to the people who need it, because those Toms had no traction, no, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're walking somewhere, like it's a wrap.
No. If they were good enough for Bruce Lee, they're good enough for anybody, right? Those were the shoes that Bruce Lee kicked everybody's ass in.
Yo, let me tell you the problem with Tom's. All right, I'm gonna tell you the problem with Tom's. This is a fun Tom story. When my son Brady was little, we went to Journeys and we got him a pair of Toms. And about a week later, he was like, "I can't wear these Toms anymore, Dad. They're uncomfortable." And I'm like, "These are supposed to be the most comfortable shoes you can possibly wear. Like, stop, you're wearing them." Day later, it's like, "Dad, this one is killing my foot. It's killing my right foot." I gave it to him, let him have it, about how ungrateful he was. I took a look down at the shoe. We'd gotten 2 left feet of the Toms. So he was wearing a left shoe on his left foot and a left shoe on his right foot. No wonder the kid was in pain, but what bad parents are we for letting this kid walk around for a week wearing 2 left shoes?
Does that mean there was a kid in a developing country that got 2 right feet?
I mean, that's what I think happened. Right? I'm just saying. But yeah, that's
what a domino effect.
That's a parent fail right there.
So far, we've this podcast is terrible. We've shown
yeah, we did.
We're pretty much never getting a brand deal for this.
I don't want to walk around in free Toms.
I heard they sent the free Toms to Skechers just because they felt bad for them. That's where the free pair went. So Skechers could rebrand them.
Oh my! And Skechers has so much money. They were so huge. Like they were such a big like retailer in the market. Like they were so big, and they were
killing the game at Payless for sure. I mean,
terrible sneakers.
Up there with Shaq.
Oh yeah.
Up there with Shaq. Yeah, Skechers should blow their brand up and start new and rename.
Would you take a design job at Skechers if Skechers like BBSketch come in? We Skechers, it's BBSketch.
Bro,
come in.
Look at that. Yeah.
That would be career. That would be career suicide. Bro, that would be like off brand, and then I would like take my you know what I'm saying? Like that would not be.
You wouldn't come out with the BB Skechers?
Listen to
the BBSketch one. Air Sketch.
That would be crazy.
Okay. The deal is you get 15% stake in the company. You get a 7-figure annual salary, and you get creative control of Skechers. You can bring in
I would take it.
Designers you want. You can sign athletes. You can start a basketball program. Anything you want. Would you become? And you had to change your name to BBSketcher. Would you do it?
So basically, you're asking him, would you like your own shoe company?
Yeah.
If I had to change my name to BBSketcher, that would be a kill. Like that would be a non-negotiable.
No. Your line of sneaker would be BBSketchers.
No, he said I would have to change my name to BBSketcher.
But if you're
deal.
Yeah. If you're getting a 15% royalty, what is that? Like $100 a year? I don't know.
But I think that's a nice challenge though.
I'm saying 15% stake in Skechers right now. What is that, like $100 a year? I don't know.
They might be making money on it. Like they might be making some real money. But I think there is an opportunity to rebrand and all that stuff and come in and make trainers for Sketcher and change the logo and all that. Like I would love to do that, but to call myself BBSketcher after that, like no, like that's not worth it. Like that's
sold your soul.
That's
right.
BBSketcher.
I will say Skechers is doing really great with like that 75 plus demographic. So I mean, you have some market share to start with.
Then you go back and you sign Dr. J now, and you give him his own signature old head shoe with the Velcro now.
Oof.
Right.
That name would have to go. The Sketcher, like that would have to go. They would have to like just do something else.
Be called BBSketcher, bro. Adding your sauce to their wax sauce and making it better.
Oh my God, BBSketcher.
Oh man,
that one's got to go. He's saying that one's got to go.
nice way to end this one. All right, yeah, man. I was hoping we really actually dive deep into some real fatherhood stuff on here, but it's clearly not going to happen. We've already disrespected our childhoods talking about Skechers and Heelys and Toms and all that fun stuff. But I had a fun time. Hopefully you guys at home listening enjoyed this podcast. If you did, subscribe, like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with another dad who loves kicks. Because this is all about community. Check us out on our Instagram, Dad's Got Kicks. It's a lot of fun happening over there. Some cool new merch is on the way.
Mm-hmm.
So be on the lookout for that. But there's also some dope merch available right now. Check it out at dadsgotkicks.com. And of course, as always, enjoy your life.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.